AEW Collision did its best rating in over 2 months, but to do so, they had to lose nearly 800,000 viewers from start to finish. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling here to give you a quick quarter by quarter hour breakdown of Collision. Like I said, this happened on Saturday. This is before WrestleMania. I don't really want to be talking about anything that happened pre-WrestleMania now. We're all about moving in a new direction. They're starting the new season, so to speak, in wrestling. But I had to do a video on these ratings because I think they're definitely worth talking about. So Collision, to everyone's surprise, did pretty well actually. It did a 464,000 viewers, which was up on last week's by 1%. And people were expecting this show to tank. People were expecting this show to possibly, drop well into the 300,000s and if not, into 200,000s. Now, it didn't, but a big reason for that was nothing to do with AEW. There was a big basketball game leading into Collision. Now, Collision started early because the basketball game went off the air. So Collision came on at 11:48. Or should I say it started later. It started 18 minutes later than it was supposed to. So it kind of went straight from the basketball game into Collision. And the people that were watching the basketball ended up watching Collision. And there was 2.3 million people watching the basketball game. I think it was like Yukon versus someone. I can't remember the two names of the teams. Anyway, that's irrelevant. 2.3 million people were watching that into the lead-in. First quarter for Collision supposed to start at half 11, but this show started at 11:48. Quarter one, 11:48 to 12 a.m. did 1,002,000 views. First ever Collision quarter to get over 1 million views was Top Flight versus FTR in this 12-minute quarter. Like I said, totally helped here by the basketball. First AEW Collision and probably only AEW Collision quarter that I think will ever get to 1 million. Now, yeah, something like this could happen again. They could get the benefit from a lead-in, but that's the only way they're going to be doing this. Even on Dynamite, they're going to struggle to get 1 million views. Never mind on Collision, the B show. So, yeah, Top Flight, FTR, over 1 million views in the first 12-minute quarter. And it had like a demographic of 0.28. We move into quarter two, 12 o'clock to 12:15 a.m. It was Top Flight versus FTR continued. And then we got Pac versus Encore Muir. No idea who that guy is. Lost, wait for it, 33%. Yes, 33% of people left. So a third of the people watching were like, I'm out. They just left. Quarter two did a 671,000 viewers, and like that's not even a full 15 minutes from the original first quarter, because the first quarter, like I said, was later starting, so quarter one only took into account for a 12-minute period. So I mean, they've lost 33% of their audience. That's a crazy number. It's what they've lost 331,000 views in 12 minutes, essentially. That's not good, it's 331,000 people tuning out. So yeah, quarter two, they were down minus 33%. Quarter three didn't get much better, down 18% to 547 views. This had a Danielson backstage interview and Shane Taylor Promotions versus Lion Hook, which was Jericho and Hook. Then quarter four, we got the continuation of that match with a Dustin Rhodes promo and a Will Ospreay promo. Again, this lost 19%. And by the way, every quarter lost a percentage here. Every quarter was lower than the previous. So every single quarter for Collision went down. There was no gains, there was no ups. Every single quarter lost viewers. So we start off, like I said, the 33%. Now we're down to 18%. Going into quarter four, the continuation of this match, we lost another 19%. So first quarter, over 1 million. Second quarter, 671,000. Third quarter, 547,000. Fourth quarter, 443,000. So, by the end of the first hour, it's not even an hour here, but by the time that Collision has been on for 57 minutes, I mean, we've almost lost 600,000 viewers, which is shocking. Moving into quarter five, it was Brian Keith, Danielson, Matt Sydal taking on House of Black, an Adam Copeland promo stuck in there as well. This lost 17%. 367 viewers now are left watching Collision. Move into quarter 6. Rocky Romero, Roderick Strong in there. Saka Hake versus Trish Adora. No idea who that is. Lost another 13%. Now we're down at 321,000. Going into quarter 7. The Saka Saki Adora match continued. We got a bunch of promos, and Claudio versus the Butcher lost another 12%. We're now down at 282,000 views. Going into quarter 8, half 1 to 145, we got a Samoa Joe backstage promo, and then we got Penta Cell Medio versus Commander. This lost 16%. We're now down at 236,000 views. And then quarter 9, which had like a 4-minute, I think it was like a 4-minute, I don't know, I don't know what you will call it, a 4-minute runoff period, I guess, but not really because it started late, so it was just like, they ran like an extra minute. But anyway, this was continuation of that match, and after it we got a post-match Copeland interview, because he's going to take on Penta Cell Medio now, and this lost 1%, and it finished with 234,000 viewers. So, yeah, Collision started with over 1 million, it ended with over 234,000 viewers. Not good. Not good. Totally propped up by that basketball game. If that basketball game wasn't on, I mean, we would have been looking at incredibly low numbers. 100%, no doubt about it. So that is it. We'll see what happens this week with Collision going back to a normal time. No WrestleMania to compete with. We'll see if there's any basketball or shit like that to compete with. I mean, technically, they didn't compete with anything here because they moved. So, if anything, they gained. If they didn't move, then... If they did not move, I don't even want to think about what numbers they'd be doing. I think it'd be easily in the 200,000s. I totally believe that. I think easily would do it. Maybe even less. Maybe even less. We can all predict. We don't really know. But yeah, if they went head-to-head with WrestleMania and that basketball game, they would have got absolutely tanked. And we could have been looking at TNA numbers for sure. We could have been looking at TNA numbers, and they're not good numbers, they're bad numbers. So, yeah, that's it, guys. I will catch you in the next one, being Fog Wrestling. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think of Collision. Do you watch Collision? Do you like Collision? Is it because Collision is on a Saturday that you do not watch it? Or do you not watch it because it fucking sucks? Or do you just not watch AEW? Does AEW not tickle your fancy? I mean, I can totally understand if it doesn't. I don't like watching AEW. I only do it because I have to do this. So, I mean, if I wasn't on YouTube talking shit, I wouldn't be watching AEW. It's as simple as that, guys. 100%. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about Collision. Let me know what you think about AEW. Also, uploaded a reaction to the All In footage that they aired on Dynamite. Went into a bit of a rant about Tony Khan, so make sure you check that out. It's been demonetized because I guess that's what Tony Khan does. You know, when you say anything negative about him, or if you use like footage or whatever, he will, you know, he will demonetize you unless you're positive. I mean, if you kiss his ass, you can use it. You're allowed to make money, but you say anything bad about Tony Khan, and I mean, it's almost like he's surfing the net 24/7 to see who's got anything bad to say about him. It's kind of pathetic. Anyway, guys, that is it. I wish I had his money. I mean, Tony Khan's money would be good, but other than that, there's not much going for the guy. I'll catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.